been out at training camp with the New England Patriots for most of this early session leading into that preseason debut tonight. A Joe Judge revenge game, perhaps? Well, now Judge is on the offensive side of things for the New England Patriots. It is Matt Patricia most likely calling plays. George, you mentioned that the Pats offense has struggled from what you have seen. What do you think is the biggest thing that stands out as to why they have struggled so far?
Well, they're going from a traditional blocking scheme to zone blocking scheme because they want to adopt the Kyle Shanahan, the Matt LaFleur, the Sean McVay offensive system. But to me, what standout struggled is that, no disrespect, you have Matt Patricia leading this offense. Mac Jones is good. I love the receiving core, especially when Devontae Parker is healthy. I love the tight end group. There's going to be a big jump from Jonnu Smith this year. When healthy, the offensive line is beautiful. I love Damian Harris. I love Ramondre Stevenson. He has jumped out so far. He's slimmed down through training camp. I love the glimmers we've seen from him. But when I bring up what Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, and Matt LaFleur, what comes to your mind? Three offensive geniuses. You're making a mockery of the game if you're going to roll out Matt Patricia, who has never called offensive plays before, with a second-year quarterback who once again is learning a new system and expecting that to work. So that's why, to me, this is struggling, because you're trying to simplify what has become one of the most difficult offensive systems, and football is not what it was in 1980, in 1990, in the early 2000s. Offenses are on another level. Defenses are on another level. So while you have Matt Patricia talking into a walkie-talkie, and what you can say about a full offseason, he was here last year with Mac Jones, you're going from Josh McDaniels, who is good enough to be a head coach in the NFL, who is one of the best offensive coordinators when he's in that role in the NFL, to Matt Patricia, who hasn't done this before. So to me, the shortcomings come. We see the communications error on the offensive line. I'm still want to see what Isaiah Wynn can do. He's being flipped from the other side to the other side of the offensive tackle if Trent Brown can stay healthy. But if everyone is healthy, it still comes down to who is running the show. And it is a multiple voice system they have. You mentioned Joe Judge. He's basically the de facto quarterback coach. Matt Patricia is the de facto offensive coordinator. Bill Belichick is spending all his time with the offense on certain days of training camp. You have three voices. Mac Jones says it's not an issue. His input is also taken into account when it comes to all of this. I like Mac Jones. I like to see a second-year jump from him. But he is not the type of player that can transcend a system and transcend bad coaching. He is not a Josh Allen, a Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not saying those systems are bad, but he doesn't have that type of talent. You need to set him up for success, and he can succeed. I just don't believe Matt Patricia can do that. I don't believe they've been doing that. And that's why when we'll see week 2, week 3 of the preseason, when the regular season rolls around, especially those opening 4 games, that's what I'm interested in watching.